Rodriguez made his debut against Aston Villa and got a fair bit of criticism in the process. So today we're going to be discussing his first league game for West Ham, as well as what the future could hold for him. Let's go! Sorry about that intro. I don't really know what that was. Hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up so that we know you've liked it. So what we're talking about today, Rodriguez got a lot of criticism, particularly from TV pundits during and after that Villa game. So Sky Sports were particularly brutal in their analysis of Guido's performance against Villa, with Alan Smith saying that Rodriguez was chasing shadows for most of the first half. He also said it's been hard for him to make any sort of impression in midfield. It's been a really difficult debut in this first half. So obviously, not what you want to hear on your debut for a club. Stats-wise, it didn't look too flattering. He made just one defensive action in the first half, alongside no blocks and no tackles. But the second half was a big improvement, especially in my opinion. In the 85 minutes that he was on the pitch, he made one interception, 3 tackles and 1 possession once. He recovered the ball 3 times and he dribbled past a player once. So to compare this to Souček, who also got a fair bit of criticism, they had the same number of interceptions. Souček made 2 tackles, which was 1 less than Rodriguez. Souček didn't win possession back at all, whereas Guido did once. Souček recovered the ball once, which was 2 times less than Rodriguez did. And Souček dribbled past players twice, which was 1 more time than Guido. So that was the only stat where he kind of was better than Rodriguez. So comparing the two, you could argue that Rodriguez had a better performance, and he also showed a little bit of his passing ability, and I'm sure if he gets more game time and a little bit more confidence, a little bit more practice with the team and the players that he's playing with, he will be able to show off a lot more of that. So the Villa midfield, they were definitely making life hard for Rodriguez, but he also didn't have much support in terms of Villa breaking through the middle. And I don't think you can ever judge a player on one game alone. He was paired with Souček as well, who was not having a good game at all in terms of letting them through the middle, making it harder for Rodriguez. And he's going to need time to settle. We knew this when he started, but to get up to Premier League standard and fitness is going to be difficult, and it's going to be a long road. It's not going to happen in the first game. And once Alvarez is back, I reckon we could see a very different Rodriguez. And not to forget, we did get him on a free, so this is one with a lot less risk than most other signings that we've brought in. And the only thing that I can fault is that he looked slow. He looked slow when he was tracking back, but that could come with time and Premier League fitness. So it's not something I'm overly concerned about at the moment, especially if there are good sides of his game, which mean that the pace isn't necessarily as important. And I think with Alvarez there, ready to make a tackle, it would probably look a little bit less scary, the lack of pace. So the question is it fair to criticise Rodriguez in his first Premier League game for us, alongside Souček, who didn't have a good game, and against Villa, who are a very skilled and well-practiced side with not as many changes at all as we have. So they have a lot less adjustment to do. They all know their roles, they know what they're doing, and naturally it's a little bit easier for them. So in my opinion, you can't jump to conclusions about how he's going to perform for us yet. He's new to the club, he's playing in a new system and a new league with a new manager, new players by his side. All of these factors make it really difficult for him to have an incredible game. And when paired with facing Villa, who finished 4th in the league last season and don't have anywhere near as much change as we do to overcome, it's bound to be a little bit tricky to hit the ground running. And I think for that reason, you can't slate somebody that doesn't have, it's not like he had an absolute howler, like he just didn't have an incredible performance. So it's really rare that you get one player fit in immediately, have a dream debut and just go from there. So I don't think we should be slating him after one game. It's never a true reflection of what a player's capable of, and I do think fitness-wise that's going to increase with time, and I'm sure Lopetegui will have everybody working hard behind the scenes to make sure that's not a problem. So those are my thoughts anyway, but I want to hear yours. So drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about Rodriguez, and whether you think he has what it takes to make our starting 11, or whether it's just too early to make this call, because I think one game is such a little amount of time to see what a player can do. But if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. As always, make sure you've subscribed to West Ham Network and tune in at 5 p.m. where I'm going to be running you through your Hammers headlines for today. That's all from me for now, but until next time, have a great one. Come on, you Irons. Irons.